Hi Scorpio, here is your general reading for the month of October 2017. For the general readings this month, I have chosen to start to do the Celtic cross spread once again. Now, the card you've got at the centre is the Three of Swords, okay? Now, look, the Three of Swords, yes, can talk about heartbreak and sadness. It can deal with having lost somebody that meant a great deal to you. But also sometimes the Three of Swords to me can be about the need to get to the heart of the matter. So it may be different for all of you here. Maybe for some of you, the Three of Swords is talking about you having to deal with the loss of someone, okay? And the heartbreak and the sadness that brings with it. But like I said, it can be as well for some of you the need to get to the heart of a particular situation that's going on in your life. Now, what's crossing it is the Knight of Wands. So this can be a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it doesn't have to be. But when that Knight is in the reverse position, it can be about, if we're talking about you here, that there may be this restless, impatient energy with you. And you're lacking foresight here. You're not thinking things through. You're in a rush to speed things up, that you're not looking at the bigger picture. It may be for some of you that there has been a breakup within a relationship. And you're wanting to speed up the process of getting over that relationship and getting over the sadness and the pain that it brings. But you're not looking at the bigger picture in terms of the pain is something you're going to have to go through. You can't just click your fingers and it's gone. But maybe also you're in such a rush to speed something up that you're not looking at the heart of the matter. Maybe you're not getting down to how you really feel about this person or this situation. If we're talking about somebody else, that Knight can talk about somebody that is or has behaved in an insincere way, okay? So you need to be wary of that. And if that is the case, it may be that you're going through this pain and sadness because maybe somebody around you was not sincere with you. In the foundations, we've got the Hermit. Two things about this Hermit. One, it can be about the need for you to take some time to go within, because the Hermit goes through like an enforced isolation where he goes within himself to find out some inner knowledge about himself here. And it may be on some level that you have not taken the time to do that. Like I said, in a rush to speed something up, not getting to the heart of the matter, and not going within, not taking that time to reflect on things that have happened. But also the Hermit card can be about somebody that is wanting to come closer to somebody, but the other person is withdrawing. Somebody wanting a deeper connection, but the other person is, as I said, is withdrawing from them. Now, in the near past, we do have the Death card, and it is reversed. The thing with the Death card, when it's in this position, it does deal with change and endings, yes. And it can be about somebody here struggling with the fact that something has come to an end, and somebody's not dealing with that ending very well. Because if you've made, especially an emotional investment with somebody, and then that relationship comes to an end, it can be very difficult to accept that the relationship is over. Now, it could be you that's been having this hard time accepting that this is over, or it could be the other person involved. It can always go vice versa, so please remember that. But when it's like that, it can be about somebody that's holding on to a relationship that is no longer tenable. Now, up here, we've got the Nine of Swords. And this is horrible energy. It's energy about, yes, maybe feeling sad, maybe feeling heartbroken, feeling worried, feeling anxious, to the point that eventually it keeps you awake at night and you cannot sleep. Maybe because we've got this Hermit at the foundation, where, say, if it was you that's wanting to get closer and have a deeper connection with the other person and they've pulled away, it can then create this Nine of Swords energy. But either way, it's about being in your own head. And you know, having all of those horrible thoughts going around and around and around in your own head. You need to try to get out of that. Now, the good thing, in the near future, we do have the Five of Cups. And this card is better when it's in the reverse. It talks about recovering from regret and past mistakes. See, you may have made some mistakes with this other person. And there may be some regrets that you have. Maybe in terms of how you handled the other person or this relationship. But with that Five of Cups, we see a recovery from that. It's very much about picking yourself up and being able to start to move forward. It's about starting to feel maybe hopeful again about the future. And about not looking or not holding on anymore to what might have been. Because as long as you're doing that, as long as you're in that place of feeling regret, not accepting the mistakes you made, constantly thinking about what could have been, you're going to keep yourself in this Nine of Swords energy. So as I said, in the near future, we see you coming away from that. But in your advice position, we do have the Four of Swords. Now, this can be about a break in communication, but what it talks about more is needing to take a time out, needing to rest, taking a time out, yes, maybe from communicating with somebody, but also trying to put your thoughts to one side. It can be about the need to literally take a break, as in go away on a vacation, a holiday. But it's much needed peace here. That's what this card talks about. Now, in your environment, you've got the Fool card. And the Fool card is at the very beginning of the tarot. So it's like going all the way back to the beginning here and starting all over again. Now, because it's in your environment, it could be talking about somebody else here. Somebody else that's going to start their life over again. Going to go on a new journey. When I see the Fool card, I do often associate it with the sign of Aries. But it is about, as I said, somebody starting again, somebody going down a new path, not knowing where the path's going to take them. There are some red flags there, and there may very well be people around them that are trying to warn them about the direction they're going in. But it's about being carefree. And as I said, because it's in your environment, it could be you that's starting again. It could be you that's going down a new path, going into a new direction. You changing your environment. But it could also be in connection with somebody else. Now, in your hopes and fears, we do have the King of Wands. So we've got more fire energy here, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And with the King of Wands, what he does is he sets his goal and he sticks with it and he makes it happen, okay? This man, you can see he's holding this wand. He does like excitement. He does like adventure, but he's a natural born leader, an entrepreneur, you know, and also he's a people pleaser. He tries hard to satisfy and please everybody around him. Now, and the fact that he's holding the wand signifies his need for adventure and excitement. Now, this is obviously not a fear of yours, so this is a hope of yours. Are you hoping to be with a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius? Or are you hoping to take on the energies of the King of Wands that I've just described? Now, your outcome is the Knight of Swords. This is the fastest moving knight in the tarot. And he goes charging in with communication. Now, it can sometimes be harsh communication, but I tend to see that more when it's reversed. But yes, it can be about communication where somebody comes charging in and there could be yelling, there could be cursing, there could be arguments. But either way, it's talking about somebody coming, charging in. Now, this is either you going to somebody, going maybe to the other person, or the other person may be coming to you. But there's going to be some quick communication coming through, either to you or from you. And it may very well have to do with a fire sign, because we do have the Knight of Wands as well as the King of Wands here. The Fool card could also represent, for some of you, that there could be a new beginning taking place between you and this other person. And there may be people around you that are warning you to be careful because of maybe the relationship had brought an element of sadness into your life and some pain, and they could be warning you that is it a good idea to go back into this relationship? So there may be some red flags, but nonetheless, you may very well be thinking that you want to re-enter this relationship and kind of start from the very beginning. And maybe this Three of Swords, if this is about you needing to get to the heart of the matter here and not be in such a rush to speed things up, by getting to the heart of the matter, you may realize that you do want to try again. But you're going to have to go back to the very beginning. The very beginning where you're not carrying any regrets. You're not focusing on mistakes that you've made or the other person has made. Kind of like a clean slate here. So, Scorpio, that is all I have for you. I will be back with your ex-partner readings and your single and couple readings. Thank you so much for watching this video and for all your likes, shares and for subscribing. Thank you. Take care. Bye.